Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do crosswords and other fun puzzles and games. Why don't we get caught up on connections? I haven't done one in a while. I like to save them up and do a couple days at a time. So I'm in the archive section of the New York Times Games website. All these purple squares are puzzles I've done. The gray squares are ones I have not done. So maybe we'll do 5 or so days worth today and get caught up a little bit. All right, let's start with the 8th. The rules are fairly simple. We have a list of 16 words. We need to sort them into 4 groups of 4 words each based on some kind of connection that links each category. The words we have to work with for the 8th are fling, key, carpenter, bench, pin, candy, major, thing, mirror, legend, affair, code, scale, password, locker, and relations. Okay, nothing jumps out as immediately related. Let's talk about, let's look at fling. Spring fling. Fling can be throw. Fling can be an affair. Fling could be a thing. Fling could be relations. Not sure about that one. Let's look at key. Something is key. It's important. It is, a map might have a key or a legend or a scale. Things you might find on a map maybe. And a pin. Fair. Why is that locked in? Okay, key, pin, legend, scale. Things you might find on a map. No. Okay. Fell for that one. Not even one away. So let's look at carpenter. Carpenter could be a kind of ant. Carpenter can be a trade. Karen Carpenter, The Carpenters. We've only just begun to live. So I don't know what that is. Bench. Johnny Bench, catcher for the Cincinnati Reds, was my boyhood hero. I don't see any of the baseball names. Well, a bench might be something a carpenter works at. Okay, this one's kind of difficult today. What about pin? Boy, I like that map idea. Pin, scale, legend, and key. Pin and key could be like your code, your identification number, your key, and your password. Things you might use to log into something or access something. Okay? We've already looked at fling. Let's look at candy. Candyland. Don't know. Major. Major is big. It's legend. It is your major in college. No. Okay, how about thing? No. Mirror. A mirror and a scale and a bench and a locker. Things that might be in a locker room. Not sure about that. Legend. John Legend, the singer, and John Carpenter, the director. Johnny Bench. John Major, the British Prime Minister. We've got some mistakes remaining. Let's try that. No, but it's one away. John Candy, the actor. Which one do we take off? John Bench, who was always known as Johnny Bench. Okay, so let's try John Candy, John Major, John Legend, John Carpenter. Johns. Okay. Then we still have, where do we leave off? Things, scale. Kind of like scale and mirror is things in a bathroom. But the bench and locker are more like a locker room. It might work. Did I try fling, affair, thing, relations? Words that might describe a tryst or some kind of romantic liaison. There we go. Okay, and then these are things that might be found in a locker room, I think. Seen in a locker room. Okay, so what do we have? 2 incorrect, no, Yeah, 2 incorrect guesses on that one. So yeah, not a strong showing. Let's try the 9th and see if we do better. Scroll down past the ad. And for the 9th, our words are ring, crew, compare, shout, ankle, parsnip, foundation, dress, foot, buzz, bass, knock, Connecticut, bottom, compression, and wallop. Okay, again, nothing really jumps out. A ring can be something you wear, place you box, give somebody a phone call, give me a ring, give me a buzz, give me a shout. You say, give me a knock. Yeah, I feel like these almost quite fit. Knock might be it, but I'm not quite sure. What about crew? Your crew could be your posse, your buddies. It's a sport, rowing. No, compare. How does that compare? How does that... no. Shout. If it's not give me a ring, give me a shout, give me a buzz. Shout could be a stain remover. No. Okay, ankle. Ankle and foot might go together. Ankle bracelet. Ankle socks. Dress socks. Compression socks are a thing. And crew socks. Okay, that might be where crew goes. Let's try these as words that go with socks. Okay, and parsnip. Parsnip is what, like a radishy kind of root vegetable, I think? It has snip in it. We have snip and cut here. Lop is a word for cutting something off. And pear. Snip, pear, cut, and lop are all words for removing a portion of something. Okay, synonyms for clip. Okay, that works. That was tough. The foot of something could be the base, what it rests on, the bottom, and the foundation. Okay, well, these might be ways you attract somebody's attention at the door. You ring the doorbell, you buzz the buzzer, you shout, hey, let me in, or you knock on the door. Ways to get entry. Okay, there we go. That works. And no incorrect guesses for that one. All right, let's do the 10th. July 10th. Wyna Liu creates all of these, by the way. This is one of my favorite puzzles from the New York Times. I really enjoy doing this. Drab, blow, miss, spoke, tire, duct, waste, fatigue, exhaust, rim, khaki, hose, lose, pipe, hub, and camo. All right, exhaust and fatigue jumped out. Tire, I fatigue, I exhaust, I get tired, and not sure. I feel like there's another one that I'm not seeing that would go there. We have spoke and rim as parts of a wheel. Hub. Is pipe part of a wheel? A tire. Okay, yeah, these could all be things on a wheel. We have drab and khaki. These could be shades of color. Olive drab, khaki, camo, fatigue. In my limited military experience, fatigue's not a color, but it's something you wear. I think these go together, but I'm not confident about it. Let's look at duct. Duct tape. Exhaust duct. The exhaust, the pipe, the duct, and the hose. Take camo off. Put in hose. These are all ways that waste product might be carried away, or air might be moved around. Used in ventilation. Okay, I think I'm on the right track there. If you lose an opportunity, you blow it, you waste it, you miss it. Okay. And then drab, fatigue, khaki, and camo. I think these are referring to shades of color. Military clothing descriptors. All right, yeah, I'm going to give myself credit for that one. All right, so good score for that one. Let's do the 11th. Uber, Swan, Love, Vile, Goose, Google, Foul, Zoom, Yahoo, Siren, Mean, Dodo, Photoshop, Folk, Goof, and Awful. I see awful makes me think that might be a synonym of AWFUL, vile. So VIAL is a homophone of vile, VILE, which could be a synonym of awful. Do we have any others like that? Foul and mean. So mean spelled this way is like your demeanor. Foul is a bird, but if you spell those differently, it could be mean as in unpleasant, foul as in unpleasant. So let's try these as homophones for words that mean unpleasant. Despicable. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give myself credit for that. Then we've got goose. Goose and dodo and swan are birds. Not sure about that. Google and Yahoo and Zoom and Photoshop are kind of internet things, but that kind of feels like it's too easy. Let's look at something else. Uber, also an app. Uber as a prefix can mean super. Zoom, TV show I used to watch when I was a kid. Come on and zoom, 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 and zoom. Yahoo, in addition to the company, can mean to whoop it up, Yahoo. Siren song, swan song, love song, and folk song. These are all phrases. Siren song, swan song, folk song, love song. Let's try that. Kinds of songs. A goof and a dodo could be kind of a silly person. A goose, Yahoo can also have that meaning. He's a real Yahoo. Silly person, isn't that what I said? Okay, and then Photoshop, Uber, Google, Zoom, these are all kind of web, internet type information companies. Trademarks that have become verbs. Okay, maybe partial credit for that one. But yeah, I'm not going to complain. And let's do the 12th, and I think this will be our last one. And we can start off with Sunday for next week. Our words for the 12th are period, uniform, champion, minute or minute, victor, second, echo, day, elaborate, age, back, support, particular, kilo, time, and thorough. Okay, nothing jumps out there. Victor and champion might be winners. What else? Don't see another word for winner. Thoroughbred. These words from horse racing or something. Okay, let's go one by one. Period can be a segment of time, like a second or a day, or time, or an age. I kind of like the age, the Bronze Age, the Elizabethan period. I kind of like that sense of time, maybe like the time of heroes or something, and then the day of, back in the day of Nebuchadnezzar or something like that. Maybe words to refer to as historical era. An era, okay. Victor and echo are words for letters in the phonetic alphabet. V for Victor, E for echo, U for uniform, and K is kilo. The NATO phonetic alphabet. These are the officially authorized words for those letters. There we go. And then we have Something is elaborate, it's particular, it's thorough, and minute. Can kind of mean detail-oriented, detailed. Yep, and then to champion. These are all words for to lend your support to something, to act in favor or help, to champion something, to second it, to endorse it. There we go. What were the other ones? Second, support. Yep. And that was good. Okay, we did a week's worth. We already had the 6th and the 7th done from last time. But I enjoyed that quite a bit. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.